Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 41. Let's kick this off. And the first question is from Gunner this time. Did you see my Magnet Warrior profile? Yes, I did. I like the look of it. It's actually very good, well built. But one thing that does disappoint me is that you're not playing the original 3 Magnet Warriors. Like, why? Like, the archetype is based on the original 3. You can't leave them out. Although, to be fair, I suppose when it comes to Valkyrian, using Delta is the easiest way to bring it out, which is fair enough. I do understand that. At least Valkyrian's in there, which I rate. It's one of my favourite rock monsters in the whole game, so happy to see that. But yeah, it's a great deck. I do like it. Next question is from Gangster of Games Productions. Do you have a deck idea for the 3 Man-Eater bugs? If so, can you please do one? Well, I've never really thought about making a deck based on the Man-Eater bugs, the original, the Noble one, and the new guy, the level 4 one that came out recently. I can't remember what set it's from or what the full name is, but I know what you're referring to. I mean, I could probably try and come up with something in a deck building challenge video, but otherwise there's no plans to actually build one, because I'm not planning to build or rebuild any more decks, like in real life. I'd rather stick with the ones I have and sell the ones I'm not interested in playing anymore. But maybe I can see what I can do. The closest thing I did build was a generic insect deck, like many years ago. At some point in the mid-2000s or just after. It wasn't a very good one, mind you, but it did have Man-Eater bug in there. I'm sure maybe I can come up with something. And the last 2 questions, this could be a short episode, are from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. There have been rumours for the past 10 years now about Roku from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal being an older Yugi because he had played most of Yugi's cards, like Dark Magician Girl, Blackluster Soldier, the Poker Knights and Mirror Force. What do you think? Matt doesn't believe it's Yugi due to it being 50 plus years after 5Ds ended, and Yugi probably passed away. It's difficult to say. I mean, I'm not quite sure they're the same person. But the problem is, like, it's really hard to tell how many years have passed between each Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Well, the closest things I've heard was that GX takes place 5 or 10 years after the original series, whereas and I also heard that 5Ds takes place 30 years after GX. Now, I don't know if this is true, of course, but then again, there's no proof. Like, these are just basically theories and guesses, and obviously we have no way of knowing how many years have passed between 5Ds and Zexal and Arc 5, and Arc 5 and Vrains. I really would love to know how much time has passed. But anyway, going back to the question, I'm not so sure. 'Cause, for one thing, I don't think the facial structure is correct. Here's Roku right now with round eyes and a pretty round face. Then we've got Yugi. See, the eyes are not the same, and it's not a round face. See, they're pretty flat here. It's a pointed chin. Same with Yugi, Yugi, Tem, I should say. See how pointy that chin is. Mind you, though, Solomon looks quite similar to Roku in a way. But again, well, I guess the eyes are more round and there's more of a circular chin right there. Yeah, and then there's the nose structure, and the ears. Like, I'm really not convinced they're the same person. So I have a theory of my own, like, depending on how much time obviously passed since, like, the end of the original series and the start of Zexal. What if Roku is Yugi's son? You know, that could be a possibility. Like, Yugi could have got married, had a child, which could be Roku, and then Roku could have probably inherited Yugi's cards. Either that, or maybe, again, depending on how much time passed, maybe Roku could be Yugi's grandson, who also would have inherited Yugi's cards. That's my theory. But yeah, other than that, I'm just not convinced that Roku and Yugi are the same person. 2. With all the new Neos support coming soon in Power of the Elements, would you also fit Neos Kruger and Neos Wiseman in your deck? Well, I thought about doing that for my Rainbow Neos and Neos Spacian decks, but honestly, I don't think I would put Neos Kruger and Neos Wiseman in them, or my pure Elemental Hero decks. As doing so would require me to main deck 2 level 10 bricks, Ubel and Neos Wiseman, and depending on the situations in a duel, Ubel and Neos Wiseman could end up being dead draws, unless of course I just use it as either discard fodder or fusion materials for something else, like Escarida or The Shining. Mind you, if I'm holding Polymerization or Neos Fusion and Neos himself in hand, or have them on the field, then it's not an issue, but otherwise they're just bricks, and if things aren't going smoothly, like, they could just be dead draws late game, which I don't really want to risk. Now, playing Rainbow Neos and Rainbow Dragon in my Neos Spacian deck is different, and that kind of works. Well, Rainbow Dragon is a brick as well, but at least I'm not playing 2 bricks in the main deck. I mean, more often than not, I don't hard draw the Rainbow Dragon, and just Rainbow Neos is just generally a better card than Neos Kruger, like, more often than not. Not that I have anything against Neos Kruger, I mean, it's a great card, but more often than not, Rainbow Neos is just more useful. As tempting as it is to play them, I'm just not sure about it. I feel like Neos Wiseman and Neos Kluger are better off in their own decks, if I have to be honest. The other problem is there's no room in the extra deck, especially not my Elemental Hero one. Like, it was hard enough fitting in Shining Neos Wingman and wake up your Elemental Hero. Like, and yeah, I've had to take out enough classic fusions as it is. I don't want to take out any more, or drop any of the Omni Elemental Hero fusions, for that matter. Maybe there would be room anyway in my Rainbow Neos and Neospatian extra decks, but again, it's just the fact that Neos Wiseman and Ubel are potential dead draws. I'm not really a fan of that. This was quite a short episode, actually. I do have a list of frequently asked questions that I tend to get, which I might put into an episode at some point, or have it in its own video, but I would do it now, but my dinner's going to be ready soon, so I don't really have time. Plus, one of them I kind of answered already, which was about tournaments. So yeah, that's it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions as usual. And remember, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening, UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.